Members of the royal family of Romania attend a ceremony in Bucharest. Grand Duke Henri of Luxembourg visits a farm in Belgium. Prince Albert II of Monaco attends a gala benefit dinner in Port Hercule. Crown Prince Frederick of Denmark visits Norway. And King Harald V of Norway remains in the hospital. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandra, and this is your Royal Daily News for May 10th, 2023. In Oslo, the Norwegian Royal Court announced that His Majesty King Harald V of Norway will remain in the hospital for the next few days. His condition is stable. His Majesty the King is officially on sick leave. As a result, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Haakon of Norway has stepped in as regent and will carry out His Majesty the King's official public duties. The Norwegian Royal Court goes on to note that the state visit from Italy will go on as planned. As I reported in Monday evening's episode, His Majesty the King was admitted to the National Hospital and was diagnosed with an infection that needed to be treated. This isn't the first time His Majesty the King has been hospitalized for an infection. He was admitted to the National Hospital in December 2022 and in August 2022, where he remained for several days and was treated with intravenous antibiotics. In 2021, His Majesty the King had surgery on his right knee due to a damaged tendon. In 2020, His Majesty the King had transcatheter aortic valve replacement surgery. In Oslo, Their Royal Highnesses Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mathilde of Norway attended a street team football match held at the Folkeøya Stadium. The match between Oslo street team and the Stabæk street team was held to mark the 10th anniversary of, quote, togetherness, sporting joy, and commitment this year, end quote. According to the Norwegian Royal Court, street teams offer individuals with, quote, drug-related challenges an arena where the players will have fixed routines, meaningful activities, and a sense of mastery. Today, there are over 30 street teams in Norway organized under the umbrella organization Football Foundation. Every week, players meet for 3 training sessions with lunch all year round, league games, and tournaments in the summer. These have proven to be important measures to create a safe environment for people with challenges related to substance abuse, end quote. After the match, the Crown Prince couple met with coaches, the players, and their families. In Stockholm, His Majesty King Carl Gustaf of Sweden received letters of credence from newly appointed ambassadors to Sweden at the Kungliga Slottet. The newly appointed ambassadors are from the Kingdom of Cambodia, the Republic of Peru, and the Republic of South Sudan. Meanwhile, Her Majesty Queen Sylvia of Sweden attended the conference entitled The Power of Nursing, the Intersection of Dementia Practice and Research. The conference was held on the occasion of the 10th anniversary of the Queen Sylvia Nursing Award. The conference began with a performance by the Upplandsbro Dementia Dancers. Thereafter, Her Majesty the Queen gave a welcoming speech stating, quote, together we can create a society that values dementia practice and dementia research equally. That is why we have gathered here today, to focus our efforts and to bring the worlds of research and practice closer together. If we strengthen our ties, we can work to ensure that our loved ones, and eventually ourselves, get the opportunity to age safely and with dignity, end quote. This morning in Stockholm, the Royal Highnesses Crown Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel of Sweden visited the Bank of Sweden. During their visit, the Crown Prince couple were given a tour of the bank and were informed about the history of the bank and its current monetary policy, financial stability, and the recent turbulence in the financial markets. At the end of the visit, the Crown Prince couple were shown banknotes, gold, and the bank's hall. They had a fun day at the bank. Last evening in Stockholm, Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden attended a concert on the occasion of the 2023 Europe Day, held at the Stockholm Concert Hall. In Belgium, His Royal Highness Grand Duke Henri of Luxembourg visited the Co-Labor farm and store to learn more about the company's sustainable and organic practices. Established in 1983, Co-Labor produces organic fruits and vegetables on a 3.5-hectare farm. Quote, "We believe in sustainable development, social commitment, ecological responsibility combined with economic performance. The fight against social exclusion involves vocational training, integration through work and job creation. Co-Labor is made up of competent professionals supporting motivated teams." End quote. According to a press release, the Grand Duke is very interested in, quote, "this social model of the cooperative and organic farming," end quote. Yesterday afternoon in San Francisco, California, His Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume of Luxembourg, accompanied by the Minister of the Economy, Mr. Franz Foyet, celebrated Europe Day 2023 at a reception hosted by the local European Union office. In his speech, the Hereditary Grand Duke noted the positive impact of Europe on the Grand Duchy on many levels. Quote, "Opening our borders to our European partners was a breath of fresh air, not only for our economy. The cultural diversity we have reached in Luxembourg, with resident citizens from over 170 nations, has had a positive impact on the whole of our society. It opened our minds, raised curiosity, and reduced biased opinions. As it stands, Europe and the United States are more than allies bound by NATO, more than business partners driven by the most dynamic economic relationship in the world. We are like-minded partners, sharing values as democracies, as open economies, and as inclusive societies. A stronger Europe is a stronger partner for the United States." End quote. Meanwhile, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Frederik of Denmark spent the last several days in Silicon Valley participating in the Denmark Bridge CEO Summit. The Crown Prince is patron of Denmark Bridge. Denmark Bridge is a non-profit, membership-driven initiative consisting of leading Danish corporations that all share a common interest in exploring the opportunities that emerge from the vibrant, innovative ecosystems in Silicon Valley and other key hotspots around the world. Yesterday afternoon in Paris, His Excellency Count Henrik of Montpezat participated in the rekindling of the Unknown Soldier's Flame at the Arc de Triomphe. This was the first time that young people from various countries in Europe participated in the ceremony. The Unknown Soldier's Flame has been rekindled every day at 6:30 p.m. since November 11, 1923. In Port Hercule, His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco attended the country for the Four Worlds Ecuador in Monaco Gala dinner last evening, held at the Yacht Club de Monaco. The gala dinner was organized by the Association Monégasque Ibéro-Américaine. In Ghent, His Majesty King Philippe of the Belgians visited the youth organization JES, which supports young people in the areas of leisure, education, work training, and welfare. During today's visit, His Majesty the King spoke with 20 young people supported by the organization, their supervisors, and management. Meanwhile, Her Majesty Queen Mathilde of the Belgians, as honorary president of UNICEF Belgium, continued her 3-day humanitarian visit to Vietnam. According to the Belgian Royal Court, Her Majesty's visit focuses on UNICEF's work to close educational gaps and increase opportunities for the most vulnerable children and adolescents in the hardest-to-reach rural areas. This morning, Her Majesty the Queen, along with a UNICEF delegation, traveled 2.5 hours from Hanoi to the Lao Chai province. According to the Belgian Royal Court, today, Her Majesty, quote, became acquainted with UNICEF's activities for children and adolescents in the Lao Cai region. UNICEF ensures inclusive and equitable quality education for them, including the development of digital skills. At the Ham Rong preschool, the Queen spoke with teachers and pupils about the use of augmented virtual reality in their class. At the Ham Rong primary school, she observed the use of mother tongue-based bilingual education. With this method, pupils learn about their mother tongue and Vietnamese as separate subjects. Through this method, pupils outperform their peers and progress faster in terms of knowledge, skills, and attitudes in their mother tongue and the official language of instruction." End quote. Her Majesty the Queen also held a meeting today with the chairman of the People's Committee of the Lao Chai Province and members of the committee. In Bucharest, Her Majesty Margareta, the custodian of the Crown of Romania, and His Royal Highness Prince Radu of Romania attended a military ceremony at the statue of King Carol I in the Royal Palace Square on the occasion of national independence and Royal Day. In Muscat, His Highness Saeed Bilarab bin Haytham Al Saeed of Oman, as honorary president of the promising Omani Startups Program, chaired the second meeting of the program's Supervisory Committee for 2023. During the meeting, discussions focused on, quote, prominent initiatives of the program in the axis of capacity building for startups and developments in implementing an analytical study of trends related to the file of these companies to identify challenges and come up with policies and programs active, contributing to its growth and enhancing its economic impact. End quote. In Los Angeles, Her Royal Highness Princess Salma bint Abdullah II of Jordan is graduating from my family's alma mater, USC. Their Majesties King Abdullah II and Queen Rania of Jordan flew into LAX this morning to attend their youngest daughter's graduation. Congratulations, Princess Salma. In Windsor, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales presided over an investiture ceremony at Windsor Castle. This morning, Mr. Jason Knopf, the former chief executive of the Royal Foundation, was made a lieutenant of the Royal Victorian Order. Wonderful news. Congratulations, Mr. Knopf. In Zagreb, Her Majesty Queen Letizia of Spain, as a special ambassador for the FAO Nutrition, attended Day 2 of the first edition of the Network of Spouses of European Leaders on the Prevention of Childhood Obesity in the WHO European Region Conference. As I mentioned in last evening's episode, the current patterns of childhood obesity across the WHO European region, if left unchecked, will have, quote, devastating consequences for millions of children well into their adulthood, adding a huge strain to an already overburdened health systems, along with serious consequences for national economies. Already, 1 in 3 primary school-age children in the European region are overweight or living with obesity, and this is only set to rise further, end quote. During today's conference, Her Majesty the Queen gave a speech about this concerning issue, stating, quote, we have the figures and the evidence of the enormous public health problem that is childhood obesity. The most basic and devastating, according to the European Initiative for the Surveillance of Childhood Obesity, is that 1 in 3 children of school age live with obesity or are overweight. It is because of this reality that we are here, and because of the fact that, generally speaking, not a single member state of the WHO European region is currently on track to reach the goal of halting the rise in obesity by 2025, as reflected in the latest WHO European Regional Report on Obesity. End quote. After the conference, Her Majesty the Queen, along with the First Lady of Croatia, the Executive Director for the WHO European region, as well as First Ladies and spouses of heads of state from Albania, Armenia, Hungary, Latvia, Malta, Serbia, and Slovenia, participated in a roundtable discussion held under the theme Prevention and Control of Childhood Obesity, Challenges, Successes, Innovations, and Priorities. Later in the morning, Her Majesty the Queen held a meeting with the Executive Director of the WHO European region, Rob Butler. At noon, Her Majesty the Queen, along with the First Ladies and spouses of heads of state, walked to the National Theatre of Croatia to attend a cultural program. Whilst there, Her Majesty the Queen, the First Ladies, and the spouses enjoyed a performance by a local folklore dance group and a performance by the Zagreb National Theatre Ballet. And finally, in Madrid, His Majesty King Philippe VI of Spain hosted a luncheon meeting with the President of the Republic of Lithuania, Gitanas Nausėda, at Palacio de la Zarzuela. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I will be back tomorrow on Thursday, May 11th, with all the latest world news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful evening and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Okay, take care, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.